recapping what we saw with the Broncos and the Browns last night, that was surprisingly entertaining. And you got to see a little bit of the good, the bad, the ugly with Jameis Winston. But he does give you a pulse. He does give you hope. There is the entertainment portion of the program with him. Now, that's open to interpretation. Are you entertained by him? If you're a Browns fan, I don't know if you go, well, you know what? I was entertained by him. He was going to win a game for you, and then he helped lose a game for you. But at least he gives me a chance. Deshaun Watson wasn't taking any chances. He didn't want to run. He didn't want to force anything. And he just seems so irrelevant. Like, it seems like that was such a long time ago that Deshaun Watson played for the Cleveland Browns. But Jameis Winston, he tried. He's not afraid. There are times when he should try less and maybe a little more afraid, but he even had the special pregame speech last night.
The funny thing about this opportunity is we all know that that's what we do it for, all right? We worked all our life for this moment. It's just us today. Let's have each other back. Energy, execution, precision, and domination. All right, together. Here we go. Family on three, family on three. 1, 2, 3, family.
Once again, he is entertaining, but you had to win the turnover battle, according to the Broncos head coach, Sean Payton.
The turnover battle, was close, and then we ended up winning it, and that really sealed the game. I'm proud of the way that we fought, and we got that next win that was most important.
Once again, you got to win the turnover battle. Just ask Kevin Stefanski, the Browns head coach.
You have to win that turnover margin. That's the first key to these games. And it's hard to go on the road and beat a good football team if you turn the ball over like we did. And that's just the truth.
That's the turnover battle, and you've got to win the turnover battle. Jameis Winston throws for 497, 4 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. 2 really big interceptions in about 2 minutes. And that did it. Bo Nix had a moment there, 93-yard touchdown pass to Marvin Mims. It was fun. I didn't expect a lot. I expected Denver to win. I just never know what to expect with Cleveland. But I thought Cleveland's defense was going to be more of a factor. I thought Denver's defense, because Denver's defense in the beginning part of the season was really good. And Jameis Winston carved him up just a little bit. All right, Seton, poll question from the first hour is going to be what?
The first hour poll question is going to be the most entertaining player in the NFL, which Paul has said we can define as we like.
Okay.
Lamar Jackson, very entertaining. Josh Allen, you could put in there.
Oh, yeah.
He's mildly entertaining. Jameis, sure.
Sure. Okay.
This just says Barkley, which I'm assuming means Saquon, not Charles.
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes, very entertaining.
Or Matt Barkley.
Sure. I could be Matt Barkley as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good call. My bad. Anybody else that you would want to throw in there? And who can we take off that list?
Well, recency bias, Jameis Winston has to be in there. Yeah. Did he eat a W last night pregame? For some reason, I thought he had the W, that he was going to eat the W. Yes, Paulie.
I love his stat line, 4 touchdowns, 3 picks. I would love to know the most combined touchdowns thrown in a game, because he threw 6 touchdowns last night, 4 to his team, 2 to the others. We're checking that. I was trying to get a defensive player on this poll question, and I thought about Myles Garrett, because when I'm watching the Browns and I watch them play, I start by watching Myles Garrett, and then I go to the ball. Troy Polamalu back in the day was an entertaining defensive player. I don't know if there's a defensive player that can make this poll question.
Yes, Todd.
Now, you can't spell Winston without INT. Is that too soon?
But you can't spell Winston without W-I-N.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And TD, I think. Yes, Marvin.
Jameis is going to help somebody win. I don't know who, but he's going to help somebody win.
No, he's fun. He's fun. I don't want him as my starting quarterback, but given the circumstances, I'm fine with him being in there. It just feels like you have a chance. Whereas Deshaun Watson, you didn't. You didn't have a pulse. He played scared. He was very tenuous. Winston at least tries. He's pushing the envelope a little bit. Too much? Yes. But, that's the guy who's the only member of the 30-30 club in football history, I believe. 30 touchdowns, 30 interceptions. Yes, Eaton.
You get the sense with Jameis Winston, though, that he might not be aware that there's something to be nervous about. Like, he would be like, yeah, but how great am I that I've been blessed to be put in this position to throw 3 interceptions? How could I lose?
Yeah. He also had a big request post game. Here's Jameis Winston.
In times like this, it's an opportunity to continue to glorify the Lord even through the toughest circumstances. I know I'm better than this. I know I'm just praying for the Lord to deliver me from pick sixes. Like that's not me. Like a phenomenal game, offense, do some great things, but I messed it up.
Deliver me from pick sixes.
But didn't the Lord bless those defensive backs with the pick sixes?
Stop getting caught up in that stuff.
Which one is the Lord? Why isn't the Lord more on your side then? Why is the Lord more on the other team's side?
I don't know.
Because the Lord on their team, they're like, man, how great is the Lord that he's letting us get all these interceptions?
Yes, Marv.
Bless the Lord from the pick sixes. Randy, what? He's serious, though. That's the thing. He's serious.
Yes.
He's not in on the joke. He's not making a joke or playing a role.
No.
That's Jameis Winston.
Yeah, Marv.
He's a Key and Peele character come to life.
Yes.
He's a real-life Key and Peele character.
Yes. Deliver me from pick sixes. Praise Jesus.
It would be pretty sick, though, if, like, aliens came down and landed, and we could choose to send one representative of all humankind to say, go talk to the alien. I'm pretty sure I would send Jameis Winston.
And they would quickly send him back. They're like, who is this?
Oh, we've already been here. Yeah. Interesting.
What is this?
Funny, I didn't realize we'd been in contact.
Jerry Jeudy acting like Jerry Rice last night. He had 235 receiving yards, most ever by a player against his former team. The previous high was Terrell Owens against the 49ers back in 2008.
Stat of the day, stat of the day, stat of the day, stat of the day. Here comes that what? Stat of the day.
By the way, according to DraftKings this morning, the odds to win the Offensive Rookie of the Year, it's still Jaden Daniels by a good margin. Then it's Bo Nix, and then Brock Bowers, the tight end for the Raiders. You have to go out of your way to watch the Raiders, but when you watch, you can't miss Brock Bowers. Can't miss him. But Bo Nix played well. Not great, but played well. Opportunistic. But if you go back to last year, Sean Payton gets there. He's the savior. Then all of a sudden, all right, you got Russell Wilson, where they clearly didn't get along, or Sean clearly didn't want him to be his quarterback. And Russ played okay, but, the writing was on the wall. Sean Payton wanted to get his, quote, quarterback. And he got him in Bo Nix. So you send Russ away, take a huge cap hit, and he goes to Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh gets him for a bargain, and now they're leading their division. Broncos could be going to the playoffs. So both teams won. Now, granted, it was an expensive decision for the Broncos, but they got their guy, Bo Nix, on a rookie quarterback. Now Pittsburgh is going to have to decide how much is Russell Wilson worth after this season. Now, I still maintain, let's play this out. Let's see what you do when you get to the postseason. Are you one and done? Do you make a run here? And that might overinflate, underinflate Russell Wilson's value in the offseason. You still have Justin Fields. Are you going to keep? They were kind of in quarterback purgatory before they had Russ, before they had Justin Fields. And so they had to make a decision here. Can we get somebody who's threatening down the field? And Russ has been threatening down the field. He's played well, coming back from the injury. But it feels like both of these teams benefited in the offseason with big decisions. Now, Pittsburgh's wasn't a big decision. But, Kenny Pickett, he was not threatening. And if you're going to throw for less than 15 touchdowns in today's NFL, you better have a great ground game there and a great defense. And normally they have a good running game and they have a really good defense there. But they can move on. Now, all of a sudden, you get somebody who is going to make the defense at least aware that you can throw the ball down the field. So Pittsburgh ends up benefiting from this, and Denver certainly has with Sean Payton, because Sean Payton's rolling the dice. You're getting paid $18 million a year, and you're going to get rid of somebody who's going to cost you, what, 50, 60, 70 million dollars when it's all said and done. And you're going to get Bo Nix, who was the last of all the quarterbacks drafted. So you get the rookie deal, but he better be your rookie. He better be your quarterback, because you didn't get Caleb. You didn't get Jaden. Even J.J. McCarthy, we're not sure how good he is. Drake May, they had to take the leftovers there. And Bo Nix, but see, Bo Nix is, 24? And he's been at Auburn, playing in the SEC. He was at Oregon. You're playing in the Pac-12. And at that age, with that experience, with two different franchises, and you're getting paid while you're in college, so the transition, where I disagree with Tom Brady, is a little bit easier. Now, it's still difficult, but you have him able to make the transition. Jaden Daniels making the transition. Caleb Williams has played pretty well. Drake May only played at North Carolina, but he's probably 23, 24. You're getting these guys. Now, Bryce Young and Anthony Richardson, they're still younger than these quarterbacks. They're going to be younger than the quarterbacks that are taken. Shedeur Sanders, they're younger than Shedeur Sanders. They're still trying to get the reps there, learn the game. That's why when they sat down, they got a chance to learn a little bit, and they played pretty well. But when you got 50 starts or more in college, you're able to have that experience of being in tough situations here. Bryce Young wasn't in a tough situation at Alabama. You're playing at Alabama. Anthony Richardson didn't play enough at Florida. Now we're going to find out just how good they are, maybe the next, 5 weeks here. But I'm glad that these two franchises, remember, Bryce Young was reportedly maybe available, or teams were inquiring about him at the trade deadline. Anthony Richardson getting benched for Joe Flacco. So you have these situations, and so when I see Bo Nix, I don't see a rookie quarterback. I see an experienced first-year quarterback, because when you say rookie, it has usually a negative connotation. But he has poise. He hangs in there. He's tough. And he's fortunate that he has Sean Payton.